What's up? I hear that you're so excited for this EXP Realty thing. You're ready to make that move. You're joining the sponsor that talked to you about it, the most times, was the most annoying person. Stop right there. This is an important choice, and I'm going to uncover the secrets to choose the correct sponsor so that you are guaranteed success at this life-changing company. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook, helping real estate agents win at the game of real estate at all levels. Production, agent attraction, life, all of it. I just love helping people win. If you're interested in more tips like this to absolutely crush a game of real estate, please like, comment, subscribe, share this episode on the podcast with your favorite real estate agent. We're going to jump right into it because this is something that, kind of goes unknown. Did you know that at EXP, if you name a sponsor, that is your sponsor and you cannot change it no matter what happens? You'd have to leave the company for 6 months in order to change sponsors, which no one wants to do that. That's not what we're here for, but choosing a sponsor is absolutely key. So let's get into it. Okay, so here you are. You've decided EXP Realty's model is absolutely amazing. You understand that you're going to diversify your finances. You're going to have multiple streams of income. You're going to continue to crush it. You're going to be part of the Icon Award program, which is absolutely something that is not offered by any other brokerage. The ability to get your entire cap back in company stock for being a top producing agent. Holy cow, everything sounds great. However, when you choose a sponsor, understand that is your sponsor, that is your downline. Sure, that could be great. They could be bad. I've heard horror stories. EXP Realty's ICA says the responsibility of a sponsor is to be the person who entices the joining agent to join the company. That is the end of their responsibilities. So with what has occurred over time and good sponsors like Connor and Mike Sherrard and all the people that are in my downline, they changed the game. They started giving away their stuff for absolutely free. There was people giving away their stuff for absolutely free, but the value wasn't there. Mike and Connor came in and absolutely started crushing that. And to be a part of the Wolfpack, you do have to be under Mike Sherrard in order to get that free Social Agent Academy and all of those things. A lot of people don't realize that. They join a group with, their brother or their sister or their best friend that, doesn't have as strong of an upline, and the value is much different. And not to take anything away from any of the sponsors of EXP. I know they all have different models. They all do different things. But as far as rev share organizations and value stack, there is not a better value stack than joining under myself, Louis Galt, Mike Sherrard, Connor Steinbrook, and the list goes on. So just understand the value of the group you join, as well as the importance of naming that sponsor the right time, the first time. And, let me back up a little bit because I just went kind of off on the value stack of the Wolfpack and all of that. The truth is that it's really about surrounding yourself with higher level individuals. So you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. This was the game changer when I was top 5 out of 1,200 agents at my previous brokerage. When I came over to EXP, I was immediately leveled up because of the network that I was involved in. And now some of my best friends are absolutely top producing agents all across the country, some in my market, some in others. But it's also that part of it. Are we leveling up? Are we moving forward? Are we, aligning ourselves with people who are absolutely dialed in and crushing it? That's where I landed. And so when you choose a sponsor, make sure they, provide some value, but make sure they're also a level up, right? They're leveling up. And, regardless of if you're a top producer and you sell more than me, that doesn't mean that we can't help, with your family life or whatever is going on in your life that you're like, I could really be around some support with that, because we all have our downfalls. We all have our times where we need support, or maybe it's just drive, right? Maybe it's joining a top producer like myself so that we can compete. And I absolutely love competing, and I'll do it with clean gloves, but that's absolutely something to consider when making that all important decision. Is this going to level me up, or am I just doing it because, I owe it to this person? Is this really going to help me in my business? Because if you're not making a move for a brokerage to absolutely change what you're going to do and how that affects you, and it's just about, the logo or the branding or something like that, like that's the wrong move, because at the end of the day, you are the brand. And at the end of the day, real estate brokerages are real estate brokerages unless they provide you with opportunity to increase your income, create multiple streams of income, or surround yourself with absolutely elite people who are willing to help. So as we kind of pull back the curtain and unmask this sponsorship decision, one thing you can do is make sure that the people that you join can absolutely explain the model. Make sure that group understands all of the assets and things that come with EXP, because that typically will mean that they're connected at the higher levels. And, not that connections do anything. As EXP, everybody's on the same split and cap and all of that stuff. So we kind of throw out some of that political stuff that other brokerages have. But we also, want to make sure that you're plugging into something real, right? And so make sure that they can show you their stuff, right? I can log on right now and show you every single value add that I would tell you about. I can connect you with agents who I've helped build their business in different ways, as that's kind of my deal, is helping agents, take their business from 6 to 20 deals, or 20 to 50, or 50 to 100, whatever that is. We get the hands dirty, and it's individual kind of coaching and accountability that we can drive. And, I have people ask me all the time, hey, Jeremy, if I join you, like, what? I have this other job, like, it's on your terms, right? But I'm going to be there to help you when you raise your hand. And so those expectations are absolutely key. And keep in mind that there is no expectation from the company other than to bring that person into the company as a sponsor. So when you're doing that, we want to step back and we want to set goals. We want to, I meet with my agents individually, 7 tiers deep at first, just to set goals, explain, introduce myself, and go from there. But I want to be an asset to my agents. Because they are making such a big decision, because, this is their livelihood we're dealing with. This is like a job change, and job changes come with anxiety and fear, and, you never know. But the biggest and worst case scenario is you're promised all of this stuff and then you never get it, right? Wolfpack, day one, get all the things. EXP, day one, you get all the things. And so I often I got so much stuff, I'm overwhelmed. Don't worry, we're going to walk through that. We're going to step through all of that so that you can kind of navigate your path through all of the resources that we have. But the point is that you get it. So make sure that people can pull it up and show you, and it's not, oh, that'll cost you another $5,000, or that'll cost you another $28,000 for my YouTube course, or, whatever. It's all there. It's all, absolutely free unless otherwise stated. The next is, you never know when you can, leverage a relationship, or, for instance, if I have somebody who's really into real estate investing and wants to build like a national real estate investing course, I have somebody in my upline that's done that. So I can make that connection, and there's no qualms about, me making that connection and them taking that and running, and me kind of being on the outside, because I'm not going to be of any help to them. I mean, I am an investor myself, a mom and pop investor, so to speak. But if we want to do, investing on a higher scale, then you can, kind of funnel into those positions. And, social media, you have a high level question about social media. You've gone through all the courses and things like that. We can absolutely make a connection to Mike Sherrod, the number one, real estate guru, on social media, at least in some terms, YouTube and Instagram and things like that. And so we can absolutely make that happen and make those connections and get you to the right people if you're at that next level. And, that's part of the thing is, when some downlines offer just, say, a YouTube course or something, that's kind of all they have, and everybody under them is doing YouTube, you only have that one stream or that one support of, maybe you could be great at YouTube, but if we're all creating the same YouTube channel in the same location, then we're going to have problems, right? That's not going to really fly, and we're not going to really be able to pull a ton of, deals from that. And we're not going to be able to have $1 million GCI, plaques and things like that. So understand that you have to look at the layers above you. And that's the biggest piece of EXP that is not put out there. Is sure, the 7 tiers below you, we talk about that. We talk about residual. We talk about rev share. You've heard it all, right? What are the 7 tiers above you bringing you that's going to help you focus on what you want to focus on and inspire you to be better and change, be a better person, all of those things? Everything that's important to you should at least be in some way covered above you, or maybe that's what you're bringing to the table, and we can help you develop courses, and we can help you become that next leader that's making that additional value add that we don't necessarily have in our line, but we're willing to pour into that because that is a huge asset and just another layer to the value that we can provide. So at the end of the day, as real estate agents, we all love house hunting. We all love finding that perfect house. We know when our clients find that perfect house and they need to make that aggressive offer so that they can win it, because that is the perfect situation. That's how you should feel when you're looking for a sponsor. Find that direct connection. Find that place where you're like, holy cow, that's a ton of value. I can see myself absolutely crushing it. I align personality-wise with XYZ, or sometimes maybe you need somebody you don't align with personality-wise so that you can absolutely move to the next level. Just make sure that you step back and remove emotion and make that right decision, because I've had people that don't remove that emotion. They're like, oh, I just joined this person because of XYZ. And they're like, now what? And the truth is there is no now what. You're here, you're part of the EXP family. We can do what we do. I can provide value to you, but I can't provide all the value that you're missing out on from my sponsors above. So that's absolutely the case. And I can't change it once it's there. So make sure that you have that connection, that you understand what you're doing, that you understand the expectations they have of you. If they're going to be pushing you every day to attract agents, you have no business attracting agents and don't want to, then that's not the right fit for you. You want to scale up in production. You should probably be, talking to somebody who's crushing it in production. You want to talk about agent attraction? Well, you want to join the number one, attractor all time at EXP, or do you want to join somebody else? We got options. So I'm not saying I'm the number one, but I am a part of his group. So I hope that helps you guys understand the importance of choosing a sponsor. Like I said, it's a great family. All sponsors offer, great things, but just ask these questions, because there are a bunch of people that are coming as the company grows. New people come in, they may or may not be the right fit for you. And that's an important decision that's not necessarily, kind of out in the open, that you can just, it definitely says it when you're signing up, but when you're signing up, you're so excited you're clicking through things. So make sure you choose the right sponsor. Make sure you uncover, these secrets to, the sponsorship. And if you're interested in partnering with me, reagentwolfpack.com. Would love to see if we're a good fit. And if we're not, we'll go our separate ways, or hopefully we'll welcome you in the EXP family at some point so we can absolutely dominate at this life-changing brokerage. So I hope you have a great day. Give me a call anytime. Like, comment, subscribe, share the show, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.